G'day guys, and welcome to ballboysnba.com and the season guide. This is just going to be a quick little video explaining what's happening in the season guide, how to go through and subscribe, and how to best navigate the guide and the best way to use it to get the best out of your fantasy drafts. So just going to cut across over to the homepage here. So on the screen will come up here, guys. So this is what you will find when you go ballboysnba.com. This is the screen that will pop up. Okay, so you've got a few things in here, a bit of an intro on what we're looking at, a few things in how I've structured the guide, and then as well as our punt ranking. So I'll talk a bit more about that punt ranking in a little bit. So the easiest way to get there, if you're navigating on a desktop, you'll have a little thing on the side here. As soon as you click season guide, that will take you across to the bit that we are looking for. Sometimes on mobiles or tablets, it's a little bit more tricky. This might not be here, but you'll have a little 3 dots section there. You can also get there by clicking any basically season guide thing mentioned in the homepage section here, or there's a big link here that if you click that one there, it will take you to this section here, which is our season guide. So before you subscribe, you'll be able to see Nikola Jokic there, sitting there as my number one ranked player. This is basically what it's going to look like for all of my players. I've got 156 players ranked. These will be continually updated anytime that there's an injury that happens, or we learn something in terms of a projection, or I sort of change my mind about a player. I will be updating these lists continuously right up until the season starts. So you'll get my live thoughts. Any comments that I have, you'll see here. If I change something or something changes with the players, I'll be adding to this, writing a different updated section here. Just some basic information here, and here's the stats that I think are the most important when you're trying to get an understanding on where to value a player. So all of their key stats here split up into the entire season, the second half of the season, the last 3 months, and then the post All-Star numbers. And usually also that coincides with after the trade deadline. So any player that changed teams, you'll get their stats here. A good example would be like a Tyrese Halliburton. Their stats here would correlate to his time in Indiana. So a good way for us to see what they were before the trade and what they were after the trade. So, and then down the bottom here, you've got their 9-cat ranking and this punt ranking. So each player in this list, I've allocated a punt ranking. So the punt ranking essentially is, you'll notice on each player there's a designated category that their punt ranking is associated with. So this is their worst category that they are contributing to the least, and therefore I've punted that category, and I've also, for every punt category, set the turnovers to a 50% weighting. This is how I evaluate my players, especially early on in drafts. I think it probably has more importance earlier in drafts, so that I can decide when I should be pulling the trigger on a player. This is the reason why I think that Giannis is number 2, to give a bit of a spoiler away. That's why I think he's number 2, because as soon as I punt his worst category, his free throws, his numbers across here are all 2s. Okay, so he's the second best player when it comes to free throw percentage, and that's why I think you just take him there. He's your second best player in that build, and then you can then start to look at this punt ranking when it says a free throw percentage there. Any players that jump up in ranking compared to their 9-cat league, so their 9-cat rank, and that way you can really see the value in your build in live time once you're going through the draft. Okay, so that's what it'll look like for every player once you go through. To get onto that, so to get in there, so as you come in, everyone will be able to see this. The first player, once if you want to sign up, again, $10 for the entire year, for the whole season, you'll hit that little subscribe button there. It'll take you to this little screen here. That's where you'll just pop in your details, your card, your email, and all those kind of things there. $10 a year, so that's, again, covers the entire season. I'll be continuing to do more stuff in season as well, so you'll get access to that stuff. It's not a preseason thing only. This will be for the whole year, and then you can get access to. So I've already obviously made an account, so Again, if you find yourself logged out, then you can come back. That login screen is there. I'll put in my details. There you go. So I am logging myself in. Okay, whilst it loads. There you go. There's Nikola Jokic's beautiful face there. So we'll scroll down. This is where we start to get the subscriber content. So you'll see all of this once you've created an account. There's Giannis there as my second ranked player. As you come down, you'll see his punt free throw percentage. Punt ranking there is different. So he's 3. I think actually Kevin Durant was number 2 in that ranking. But after the All-Star break, second half of the season, he was 2. My thoughts on Giannis, his details there. I've also got his Yahoo rank, so you'll be easily able to identify players that are good value with my rank compared to their Yahoo rank. Some of them are extremely different. Some of them are quite similar. So it's very interesting to sort of compare those two. And as Yahoo updates their rankings, I will also be updating these rankings as well. So if you wanted to easily navigate, instead of scrolling through 156 players, if you wanted to easily navigate, you've got these links down the side here if I wanted to find a second round guide to give a little bit of a spoiler away. Here we go. We go to the second round. It should send me, once it decides, it should send me down to the second round. So spoilers, Kyrie Irving is my 13th ranked player, the start of the second round. So that way you can easily navigate your way through the season guide and flick backwards and forwards. Oop, gave a little spoiler there as well. So check that out, guys. If you have any troubles, please continue to contact me on Twitter. New experience for me, but I hope you guys enjoy the season guide. We'll be updating some more articles coming soon during the season. And before the season starts, when drafts start happening, we're going to be doing a regular Q&A for subscribers exclusively. Some rate my team Q&A options as well, and then there might also be some exclusive podcasts for subscriber content only. So still will be all the normal content out there as well. But if you have any questions, feel free to message me on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube. Let me know, and we'll be happy to help you guys out. And hopefully you enjoy the content, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side in the season guide. Thanks, guys. Enjoy.